Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'm kind of following up on my previous Valentine's Day theme video, and in this song we're going to be talking about how you know when the signs are in love with you. And just like I said in the previous one, this could be true if you're looking for a person's Venus, their sun, their moon. It really just depends what is the strongest energy in their chart. As I said in the previous one too, kind of listen to all of their signs and kind of get an idea of who they are based on their signs. And putting that all together should help you get just a general idea of whether or not they like you or not. We'll talk about we'll talk about love. So let's get started. So when you want to know whether an Aries is in love with you, it's really not that hard. When an Aries likes you, they pretty much either tell you or they show you very strongly with their actions. Just like I said in the previous video, they're a very passionate sign. So whatever they do it with a lot of gusto and a lot of guts and energy. So whatever it is that they're doing to court you or to kind of try to get your attention, you're gonna know whether they like you because they're very direct. They're a very direct sign, so they're either gonna tell you that they like you or they're gonna do really over the top things to let you know that you're on their mind. So Aries is one of those signs that is really quick to fall in like, and sometimes it can be difficult for them to really truly fall in love in a sense that is more long lasting because they're a very quick moving sign. So really to know whether they love you is really seeing whether they continue to invest time in you, because Aries is very independent, and when they start losing a little bit of that independence to share their time with somebody else, that should really let you know that that Aries person really cares about you. If they're letting go of a little bit of their independence to spend time with you or to give it to you in any sort of way, you should really know that that Aries person really loves you. So now moving on to Taurus. So how do you know if a Taurus likes you? This one's a little more complicated because Taurus is not a forthcoming sign in the way that Aries is. Taurus isn't gonna flat out come and tell you that they like you. They might take a really long time to actually tell you anything at all because they like to be safe. They don't really like to be rejected. Not only that, but they like to know that the person that they like is going to like them back. So really the only kind of clue that you could have about a Taurus liking you is whether they pay attention to you. Because whenever they're paying attention to you, that means that they're assessing you to try and see whether something long lasting is gonna be in the cards for you too. So whenever I say it's something long lasting, it's because Taurus is really looking for something long lasting. Taurus isn't really looking for something fun, and they're not really a heat of the moment type of, oh my God, I fell in love on the spot sort of sign. So in order to really see whether they see a future with somebody, they're really going to take their time and really get to know you and ask about you and see if there are other people that are kind of looking for you in order to decide whether they want to pursue you or not. Once they actually pursue you, in their mind, they need to be sure that the answer is going to be yes. So it's gonna be a while, but just pay attention to how much attention they give you and how much they're trying to find out about you. That might be a clue. How do you know whether Taurus is in love with you? Again, they're not very vocal, so they might not necessarily tell you, but they're definitely going to show you by always being there. They're always gonna be there for you. And Taurus is a very dependable sign, so they tend to just be there for the people that they love. But if you're the person that they love the most, then you are the person that you're the person that they're gonna show up for the most. Not only that, but when Taurus shares their resources with you, they are the sign of resources. So when they share their material resources with you and kind of take care of you materially, that's another way that you can know that your Taurus loves you. Next we have Gemini. So how can you know that a Gemini likes you? Well, a Gemini likes you if they're always trying to make you laugh. Gemini can be kind of scattered in their attention, but if they're placing extra attention on you instead of their 100 other things that they're interested in, that could really mean that they're interested in you. Not only that, but whenever they try to focus their attention on you and really talk to you a lot, that should give you a clue that they like you. Gemini is another one of those really forthright signs, so they might give you compliments. Geminis are really good at giving compliments. They're really good flirts. So if they're flirting with you, that means that they like you. And no offense to Geminis, but kind of in the same vein as Taurus, it isn't really that hard to get a Gemini to pay attention to you. You basically have to look good, you have to be their type, maybe be a little bit funny, and that's all that it takes. But getting them from like to love is another story. So how to know when a Gemini loves you? When a Gemini loves you, you will see that they will continue to keep their attention on you. And not only that, but they're gonna spend a lot of time with you. Instead of scattering their attention all over the place, their attention is gonna be focused on you more than anything, and that should really give you a clue. That for Gemini, their main resource is their mind, their mental capacities. So if they're really using that to really get close to you and spend their time thinking about you and talking to you, that really should give you a signal as to them really loving you. If they spend a lot of time talking to you, because Geminis love to talk to people, they love to talk, period. But if they really enjoy and love talking to you and you could sense that, that should really tell you that they love you. Next we have Cancer. So Cancer is another one of those signs that they're not very forthcoming, but they do get a lot of crushes. So you could tell a Cancer likes you if they get shy around you. They're shy, like Cancers can be shy anyways. So if they're getting shy around you or they're getting extra shy around you, that could be a clue that they like you. Or if they're doing, Cancer is a really nice sign, just like I said in the other one. If they're doing favors for you, if they're doing nice, sweet little things for you here and there, that should be a clue that they probably like you. Another thing is that they'll try to kind of like mom you, they'll try to take care of you kind of like a mom would, and that should give you a clue that they like you. So how do you know if they actually love you? So going from like to love is something different, right? So you know that a Cancer loves you if they're talking to you about family. Family is really important to them. So if they're bringing you closer to their family, or they're introducing you to their family, or they're talking about maybe starting a family with you, that should be a huge clue that your Cancer actually loves you. Cancer doesn't take family very lightly. So if right off the bat they're talking to you about having kids and stuff like that, if that doesn't freak you out, you should at least know that your Cancer really loves you. Next we have Leo. So how can you know if a Leo likes you? Leo is, again, another one of those fire signs that is pretty direct. So if a Leo is complimenting you and giving you presents and trying to shower you with gifts and attention, that should tell you that Leo likes you. And the reason why this is so is because Leo tends to be one of those, they can be kind of self-focused because, you know, they're the sun and they do feel that sense of like being a little bit more special than the rest of us. And that's not necessarily a negative thing. They really are outstanding people. So if they're taking some of that focus away from themselves and putting it on somebody else, rest assured that they're doing it because they like you. And this kind of leads to, how do you know if they love you? You'll know that they love you if they're putting a lot of their attention on you and if they're giving you a lot of compliments. If they're they tend to be direct. And if they're spending a lot of time like doing what they would do for themselves, doing it for you, that should really be a signal that they like you. They're giving you compliments, they're buying you little presents, they're trying to kind of put you on their level, giving you nice things to wear, or taking you out for like lavish like meals, things like that, things that they would like done for themselves. If they're doing that for you, that should definitely tell you that they. Another thing is that Leos will come to the defense of those that they love. So if they're defending you in front of other people, that should also give you a clue that they. Next we have Virgo. So Virgo is one of those shy signs, again, kind of like Cancer. So Virgo, it is a little bit more difficult to know that they like you. Kind of shy, so they might not necessarily come out and flat out tell you that they like you, but they are gonna do nice things for you. They're gonna try to help you because they are very helpery anyway. They try to help others as it is, but if you're the person that they like, then they're really gonna spend a lot of time trying to help you in particular. It's gonna be like you're their special little project of sorts. They might help you with like your day-to-day things. So just like taking the trash out, getting your bills paid, do all the little routine things that one normally does for ourselves. That's the kind of thing that Virgo will try to do for you to kind of lighten your load and make your life a little bit easier. That's how you can know that they. And how to know if Virgo loves you? You'll know that they love you because they are going to put more focus on you than their work. They might make you kind of like their job. It'll be kind of like their job to do things for you. That is one of the benefits of having a Virgo in your life, is that they're always going to be trying to help you. Another thing I forgot to mention, Virgo tends to be really funny. They're really self-deprecating. So another way that you can know that they like you is if they're always trying to make you laugh. They kind of try to cover their shyness by being funny. So if they're always trying, like they're always joking around, but if in particular they're always trying to make you laugh, that should be another clue that they like. So how can you know a Libra likes you? So Libra is one of those is the pleasant sign that really tries to mirror others. And whenever they're meeting people, they try to kind of blend into them so that the other person can feel understood and liked. So if you find a Libra being like, oh yeah, me too, oh I like that too, and kind of giving you a lot of me toos and mirroring you a lot, that should be a clue that they like you. There's a reason why they're trying to be so pleasant around you. And generally it's because they're Libras, but if they're doing an extra, it's really for you, it's because they. Another thing that you might notice if a Libra likes you is if they're trying extra hard on their appearance. If they're really trying to bring out all of their tricks to impress you with their outfits, they're doing it for a reason. If they're going through all that trouble of getting ready and looking all amazing, that should be another clue that they like you. How to know that a Libra loves you? So a Libra, when they are truly in love and committed, they will 100% commit to you, and they will be all about the relationship. They're one of those signs that take relationships very seriously, and they really will try to do everything with their partner. And yeah, they'll be one of those couples that is like really like matchy, and they really like stuff like that. It is very important to them. They will take the time to plan like costumes together, like Halloween costumes, or plan outfits that they're gonna wear together whenever they go to like holiday dinners and stuff like that. If they're taking the time to try to make you as part of like a set with them, that should tell you that they love you. Another thing, if Libra has stopped paying attention to all their like stable of people that they have in their lives, and they're really just focused on you, and you'll be able to tell if they're just focused on you, that's another clue that Libra is falling in love with you. So how to know that a Scorpio likes you? So Scorpio, again, is one of those signs that isn't so forthcoming. So Scorpio might try to investigate you. If you find that they're asking you a lot of questions about yourself, or they're asking other people about you, that should be a clue that Scorpio likes you. This is because Scorpio, kind of like Taurus, tries to figure out what that person's life is like in order to figure out whether they're gonna be together or not. They want to be sure that you're gonna say yes if they ask you out. They don't want to be hurt. They're really afraid of rejection. So they're really gonna try to figure out and really get a feel for you before they take the plunge. So if they're asking a lot of questions about you, or they're asking other people about you, or you notice that they're a little bit stalking you a little bit, that should be a clue that they like you. How to know that Scorpio loves you is that they will sacrifice things for you. That is a very Scorpio thing. So they might, let's just say that there's like one sandwich left in the fridge. They'll give you their last sandwich to show you how much they love you. Scorpio is a sign that is ruled by Pluto, and Pluto is very much about suffering and intensity. So they want to show you that they have these intense feelings for you. So no matter what happens in the relationship, whether you have fights or anything, they'll stick around. And Scorpio love is like that. Scorpio love sticks around no matter what. So even if you guys go through some difficulties, no matter what happens, Scorpio will always stay there. And that is one of those signs that really is, I mean, it's a fixed sign, right? So that's why it sticks around so long. And that should really give you a clue, like their staying power, the fact that they stay with you no matter what, that should give you a clue that they love you. Next we have Sagittarius. So how can you know Sagittarius likes you? Sagittarius is another one of those signs that is pretty forthcoming. It's probable that they'll just tell you that they like you, or you'll notice that they're giving you a lot of their time. Sagittarius is a sign that is really a lot about freedom and having free time to themselves and doing whatever it is that they want. But if they're spending a lot of time with you, that should really tell you that they like you. That should give you a clue that they like you. If they're foregoing, kind of like Aries, if they're foregoing some of their freedom to be with you, that should give you a clue that they like you. How to know if a Sagittarius loves you. If a Sagittarius is making plans for the future with you, that means that they love you. And that's because Sagittarius is a sign, like I said, they really like a lot of freedom. But if they're looking towards the future, which is something that they tend to do, they're always looking for bigger and bigger achievements. And if they're trying to envision their future with you beside them, that should really tell you that they're thinking of commitment. Even though they might not be the sign that talks the most about commitment or is gonna be like talking about children like right off the bat, Sagittarius is really that sign that is thinking about tomorrow. And if they are including you in their thoughts of tomorrow, then that should tell you that they love you and they see a future with you. Next, we have Capricorn. So how can you know that a Capricorn likes you? So Capricorn is one of those reserved signs too. They might not necessarily tell you right off the bat. And again, they're gonna try to see how you fit into their life, whether you are good enough for them. So Capricorn is really gonna take some time to really assess whether you are gonna meet the mark for them. But eventually they might just come out and ask you, or they might just invite you to do something with them. And that's just like, if they kind of go about the issue, you could tell that they pay a lot of attention to you, but they don't flat out tell you like, hey, I like you, like a Sagittarius or an Aries or a Gemini would, but they invite you out or they want to do things with you. They want to spend some of the time that they normally would spend like working or working on themselves. If they want to spend some of that time with you, that should be a clue that they like you, because Capricorn tends to be a more reserved sign and they can be kind of like withdrawn from everybody else because they're ruled by Saturn. So if they're more withdrawn and they're coming out of their little cave to spend time with you, that should tell you that you're important to them and they like you. How to know if a Capricorn loves you. So Capricorn is, again, one of those signs that is going to talk commitment and longevity and the future. So if they're talking to you about the future and marriage, know that they're serious, and serious relationships are very important for Capricorn. They're very traditional, so they're really going to be looking for that traditional like marriage and kids and having a home and future and retirement. All of that is going to be important for Capricorn. So if they're talking to you about the future and about achieving things together, that should really be a clue that that Capricorn is in love with you. Next, we have Aquarius. So Aquarius is a very friendly sign, so it might be difficult for you to really know whether they like you because, you know, they like everybody, they're friends with everyone. But if they like you, you're probably gonna be their special friend, okay? So they're gonna have all of their friends that they have, and they're friends with a lot of people in a lot of different groups. They pretty much accept everyone, so they're going to be friends with a lot of different people. But if they kind of call you their best friend, that should be a clue that they like you. If they tell you that they think you're smart, that should be a clue that they like you because they think that they're really smart. So if they're thinking that you're smart, it means that they're like, thinking about you, okay? Another thing, Aquarius is another one of those signs that likes a lot of freedom. So again, if they're taking away some of that freedom to kind of spend time with you, that should be another clue that they like you. So how to know when Aquarius loves you. So Aquarius has a lot of hopes and dreams and a lot of feelings that they keep to themselves. So if they're opening up and sharing their feelings with you, if they're sharing their hopes and dreams with you and kind of breaking that like image of being like super cool and calm and collected and aloof, if they're breaking past that and showing you like the tender part of themselves, that should give you a clue that they love you. And another thing is if they're talking about a future together with you, that should be another clue that they love you. Lastly, we have Pisces. So how to know that a Pisces likes you. So Pisces can fall in love very easily, and they might not be very forthright to tell somebody that they love them, but you'll be able to know because they're gonna spend a lot of time and attention on you. If they start telling you things like you remind them of like this character from a book or a movie, or like you remind them of a celebrity, things like that, those should be clues that they like you. If they're doing really sweet things for you, giving you compliments, spending a lot of time with you. Pisces is one of those signs that can be very like non-committal or flaky. They get called flaky along with Sagittarius. So if they're not flaking out on you, if they're committing to spend time with you and keeping all your dates, Like if you said you were gonna go out and they actually show up, that should be a clue that they like you, because Pisces is one of those signs that can kind of just like space out and just like check out from the world from time to time. So if they're not doing that to you and they are again and again showing up to hang out with you or to talk to you and they're not hiding from you, that should be a clue that they really like you. So how to know that Pisces loves you. So Pisces, once you guys are together and you guys obviously like each other, they're going to share their idealized romantic notions with you. So if they are telling you that you're like the one, that you're a dream to them, that they see their future with you, that you're like, if they start romanticizing your story of how you met and telling you a lot of romantic things about the relationship, that should be a clue that they love you. For Pisces, love is really a romantic, idealized experience. To them, it's really about the fantasy of love and not necessarily just like the realness. Like it's not very Saturn to them. It's not very like, oh, love is like taking care of your partner when they're sick, even though they might still do that to you because they are very service oriented. But to them, really love is more about the fantasy and the romance and everything being perfect and kind of like a fairy tale. So if they try to create that with you and they try to really romanticize things like holidays or your birthday, and they do sweet personalized things for you, that should really tell you that they love you, because they see with you that vision of that idealized love, and that should really be a clue that Pisces loves you. So that's the video for today, guys. If you like it, make sure you give me a thumbs up. If you're not subscribed, I invite you to subscribe. I put out astrology videos every single week. I've been putting out like 3 or 4 videos every week, and I'll continue to do that until I start running out of ideas. And that's all that I have for you, and I'll see you in the next one.